welcome to the new channel. So to start off with this video, well, explanation. It is a Doctor Who related channel and we just discuss things or talk about or do Doctor Who related things, if that makes sense. I'm going to start off because I found well, it's not really a tag, it's sort of one of those 30-day Facebook challenge things, but I hate those, so I'm doing it in a video. So, first question. Who is your favourite Doctor? My favourite Doctor, I've always said, the more you watch a Doctor, you know, if you start watching a certain Doctor for a long time, you become used to them. Recently I've been watching a lot of Sylvester McCoy, so you sort of become used to them. And the 9th Doctor is very good, and the 10th Doctor is very good. They all show different traits, don't they? They have different personalities and different likes and dislikes. So you can't really compare them. You have to look at them as different people, if you know what I mean. So it's a mix between Sylvester McCoy, Christopher Eccleston, or David Tennant. Favourite companion or assistant? I'm swaying towards K9 because he has got himself 2 spin-offs. One of them was actually quite good, the other one was crap. And he's different as well, because all the other ones are like women that are like, "Oh, Doctor, help me," and asking too many questions and getting in the way. K9's cool, his little dog, isn't he? Ta-da! Yeah, I like K9, he's really good. My favourite villain has to be the Master, because he's always been there from the beginning, and I think the best story with the Master is the 5 Doctors, when he has to help the Doctor in order to get a regeneration from the Time Lord Council. The story's really good. The stories surrounding the Master are brilliant. I think he's always like the #1 villain, and in the new series with John Sims, I don't think they should have killed him off. I think they should have just, you know, brought him back every now and again, because they seem to be killing off all the good villains, don't they? They killed off Davros, they killed off the Master, they killed off the Rani, kill them all off. Like, you need some classics in the new series, I think. And not just have them for one episode. Have them reoccurring, you know. Favourite monster or alien? Daleks. I'm saying these answers because I feel like these are like iconic to Doctor Who. You know, the classic alien / monster is a Dalek. Classic villain, the Master, you know? Classic companion, K9. I love the Daleks. My favourite 2-part adventure is that Vashta Nerada one, Silence in the Library, and what's the other one? Silence in the Library and Forest of the Dead. I love that story because I don't know, the thing that really freaked me out was when they're in the park and Donna's children are all the same, and like this woman, I don't know, the night before she comes past in her black wedding dress and they're in the park and she takes her veil off and she's all ugly and stuff. And also it's the introduction to River Song, who's obviously in the new series, and she hasn't met the Doctor yet, but she has, no, she has met the Doctor, but he hasn't met her. And then in obviously in series 5 and series 6, is it series 6 or series 5? In one of them series, it's the other way around. 2-part of the Vashta Nerada, brilliant story. And when that what's her name? I don't know what her name is. And she's in the dark and she gets eaten by the dark, doesn't she? And you can hear ice cream, ice cream, ice cream, ice cream. Favourite holiday special? I have a story about this. It was a good little story. The Easter one with Lee Evans in it. I think it's called this one here. With Lee Evans in it. Simply because I remember I found out that Lee Evans was in it way before it was actually like released or something like that. And because my dad used to know Lee Evans' dad, and he came into the shop where my dad works, and I'm not sure what the topic they were talking about, but it came about that I liked Doctor Who and liked Lee Evans, and I think he might have told my dad that Lee Evans was in Doctor Who, and as soon as he found out, he texted me and said, "Oh, did you know?" And I googled it, and nothing came up. And that's why, remember when I saw it, I was like, wow, it's true. Because obviously I love Lee Evans and I love Doctor Who, and, you know, together, they're cool. I like the Queen Victoria episode in Tooth and Claw, and she creates Torchwood, doesn't she? Most shocking moment, I think, when we find out that Captain Jack is actually the face of Bo. That was really, really, really good. I never actually cried at a Doctor Who episode. But there was that one with Rose, when she got sucked into the parallel world. Doomsday, that's it. Because I didn't cry or anything, it's very sad. Empty Child, the Idiot's Lantern with the wire, and the Vashtanarada when the skeletons in the astronaut things. Oh, I never actually loved an episode and now hate it, and I remember the Doctor Who film on here. Remember that when I was younger, I watched it, and I remember watching it and didn't have a clue what was going on, but I remember I enjoyed it. I remember I enjoyed watching it. I don't know why. It was just, I don't know. I didn't know. Yeah, but obviously now I realise that Paul McGann was a waste of a Doctor, and they shouldn't have wasted a regeneration on him. I know you brought out an audiobook series, but that doesn't count really, does it? So we're talking halfway between John Pertwee and back to William Hartnell. I like The Invasion. That's really good because it's episode 1 and 4 was reconstructed into cartoon because the footage was the footage was the footage wasn't there. So they had to remake it into animation. That one there. And again, we're talking new series, aren't we? I like series 1 because I remember watching it in 2005 and like, wow. And series 4 because of Donna Noble and Bad Wolf. So yeah, series 1 and 4 because of the Bad Wolf sort of story. That was really good. I don't like Unicorn and the Wasp. I don't know why. It was just very boring. And I remember watching it and thinking, I thought Agatha Christie was a writer, not a detective. And why is it called Unicorn and the Wasp when it's just a big wasp and no unicorn? Series 4, Episode 1. The Adipose. Partners in Crime, it's called. And Donna, meets the Doctor again, coincidentally. And he's outside on that big window cleaner thing. Mrs. Foster's in the room, and Donna's behind the glass door, and she's like, I found you, and they're like having a little sign language conversation, and then she's watching it all. That's really funny. Sonic Screwdriver, goes without saying, doesn't it? Russell T Davies and Stephen Moffat, they're the only ones that are significant. There's probably some really good ones out there that I don't know about who wrote the classic ones, but both of the ones I actually know about are really good, so Can't decide. I don't like the new one. Matt Smith, that's crap. I like Peter Davison era, to Colin Baker to Sylvester McCoy. They're really good. I like the little bit afterwards, like dun 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 dun. Yeah, that bit. I'm assuming this question is like, what story would you like to be revisited? So like, BBC Archives, you've got like the old black and white episodes, the classics. That's a hard question. I think I'd like to see the Five Doctors revisited. Not the fourth one in the film. It was American. I like. Okay, there's a story behind this. We're at Bazfest, which is a local festival of ours. Colin Baker was there, and he was on his little table thing, and we're all signing. So right there is the 1986 Doctor Who annual with Colin Baker in it, and he signed it. I thought, oh wow, and he signed it. And then there was a guy with a beard, and he looked like the Master, you know, the old Master. So he signed it, but he signed it with the Master, not like if he was an actor, he would have signed his own name. But he signed it the Master in like horrible handwriting. And when I got home, I learnt that the only two Doctors that he could have been are both dead. And this bloke was just like on tour, should I say? Like him and Colin Baker. He's like Colin's best friend or something. And he goes around to all the festivals. And I just think he's just ruined my book. You're not even famous. You just got a beard and look like him a little bit. Even though I met Colin Baker, I only got his autograph because he was an A Doctor. Don't really like any of his episodes. Well, I do, yeah, I lied. I like the two Doctors with him and the second Doctor. But, with the Sontaran. But, I can't bet. I think him and Peter Davison, I don't know. I just you might beg to differ, but I don't like any of, or some of his stories he's done. They're a bit boring for me. Would you like a jelly baby?
Would you like a jelly baby?
Would you care for a jelly baby?
Would you like a jelly baby?
Care for a jelly baby?
Would you like a jelly baby?
Anyone for jelly baby?
Have a jelly baby, Byron. Have a jelly baby.
Would you like a jelly baby?
Fit to guard a jelly baby. Would you like a jelly baby?
I don't like Perry, Colin Baker's assistant. She's so annoying and American and that. And she's always asking too many questions, and her voice gets on my nerves. Oh, when in series 4, episode 12, I think, when they're trying to bring all the planets back in the Medusa Cascade and everything's all kicking off. And Mickey, Jackie, Rose, Martha, Captain Jack, Sarah Jane, all of Captain Jack's friends. Who else is there? Donna. And everyone's all flying the TARDIS. Look, that was a very, you've got all the good companions in one. I thought that was really good. Least favourite villain is the Rani. Just because I've only seen one episode with her, and that is the Mark of the Rani, which is this one here. Simply because she will never be the Master ever in a million years. And again, it was boring. Anything but the K9 ones, the Disney Channel. Horrible, horrible, horrible spin-off. Best one, the only one I've seen, apparently there's loads. Auton one, it's called the Autons. And there's all different ones, isn't there? The only one I've seen is Torchwood, Sarah Jane, and this one, Downtime. It's got Sarah Jane in it, and K9, everyone, the Yetis and Brigadier. But I have to say, all in all, Torchwood. When Rose gets sucked through the little parallel world thing, that was really sad, and she ends up on Bad Wolf Bay, doesn't she? As I said before, in the special, Lee Evans, for obvious reasons. I love Lee Evans. Ever. As I said, when Series 4, Episode 12, they're all flying the TARDIS. This is a very Doctor Who-y moment, wasn't it? Yeah. Favourite episode of all time? Episode 12, Series 4, as I said before. Like the third answer I've given with that, with that answer. But yeah, very good episode. You should watch. I remember getting so overexcited because you've got Luke, Clyde, and the Rani. Not the Rani, but the Rani, but Rani from Sarah Jane Adventures. Yeah, you've got them in there, and you've got Torchwood, and you've got Rose comes back. It was a very, very, very good episode. And so we conclude. If you've watched this, which I'm assuming you have because you've got to this stage in the video where I'm talking right now, apply to these questions. You might have a different answer. Leave a video response answering all the questions. I'll leave them in the description of this video. And